everyone. Welcome to Senior Moments. I'm Linda Brayman. Thanksgiving activities are behind us, and now the rush toward Christmas begins. Busy days are right around the corner, but don't work too hard. Take a break once in a while and watch Senior Moments. Senior Moments covers events and activities at senior centers in the Ann Arbor Ypsilanti area, such as the Ann Arbor Senior Center, Turner Senior Resource Center, the Pittsfield Senior Center, and the Ann Arbor Community Center. Also, the show provides valuable information for senior citizens on such issues as health, wealth, finance, and entertainment. Senior Moments is a monthly show. It premieres on the last Sunday of the month at 5 p.m. and it reruns 10 times a week on CTN Channel 16. Please check out our website, a2gov.org/CTN, for the playback schedule. Also, you can watch the show on YouTube. Please log in to youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to view current and archived shows. It may be too cold to go outside in December, so enjoy Senior Moments. It's just the thing to warm you up. Welcome to Senior Moments. I'm Linda Brayman, and today we are talking to Brittany Ruthven Patton, Ann Arbor Senior Center Director. Welcome, Brittany.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you for coming today.
I'm so excited to be here.
Well, and congratulations on your marriage. We couldn't bypass that. So
thank you.
Let's get started with one thing I'm not sure about is there are so many senior centers in the area that I'm never sure which is where. So could you tell us where the Ann Arbor Senior Center is located?
Absolutely. So we are in the Burns Park neighborhood in Ann Arbor, which is a mile from the heart of downtown Ann Arbor and about a mile from the Big House football stadium, which is, I've worked at many of the park's facilities, and this one's my favorite just because of the location. It's just so charming, and being able to work there and see families walking their dogs, and it's easily accessible to the seniors, and there are sports fields out where people are playing tennis or softball in the afternoons. It's really, really special place.
Good. Now, is it only for seniors who live in Ann Arbor, or may any senior citizen take advantage of it?
Any senior citizen can take advantage. So most of our programs are geared towards older adults that are 55 and older. A few of our programs, such as watercolor and our Tai Chi class, are run through Washtenaw Community College, and their requirement is that participants are 65 or older. But we also rent the facility out for special events to private parties, and you don't have to be a member or a senior or even live in the area to be able to do that.
Good. Now, is there a cost for a senior citizen to be a member of this?
So to be a senior center member, it's $25 a year a person, or if you're a couple, it's $35 a year. And this gives you discounts to some of our card games that we offer, such as Bridge, Scrabble, Mahjong tiles. And then other costs don't exceed $10, and those are for our sanctioned Bridge games.
Okay. Now, since this is Ann Arbor, I know you've already said that parking is accessible, and I think you said it is also free, but when I looked on the map, it didn't look like there was any parking near the center. Can you reassure me so when I drive down there, I won't be walking a mile?
Absolutely, yeah. So just to give an example, our Bridge games, which are usually the largest programs that we have during each week, they fill up the parking lot. We have 40 to 50 people. So we have 5 handicap spots, and the rest are very close spots to the building in our lot. And then sometimes there's a little bit of overflow, and there's street parking diagonally next to the senior center that some people take advantage of, and that's all free as well.
Good. Thank you. Now, just listening to you, it sounds like Ann Arbor is your hometown, is that correct?
It is. Well, I call it my hometown. I was born in Wyandotte, Michigan, and I moved to Ann Arbor in kindergarten because my parents valued the school systems here. So I've been here ever since. I actually grew up a couple of blocks away from the senior center.
Yeah.
And I've lived here my whole life. I'm going to be 32 next month. There was 1 month or 1 year of my life that I lived in Colorado. I was working at an outdoor education center, but I have all of my family here, and I very much enjoy Ann Arbor. I think I'll want to move out west someday, but I'm very content with where I'm at.
Now, you've recently become, in the past, actually 2 years ago, I guess, the Ann Arbor Senior Center Supervisor, also called Director. And you've mentioned a bit that you have done this before. Could you elaborate on some more specific things?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is my first time directing a senior center specifically, but throughout my time working for the city, I've run multiple of our different parks facilities. So some of the ice rinks, some of the pools, some of the golf courses, the farmers market. I've been an assistant supervisor at Cobblestone Farm. So I'm very familiar with how all of the city facilities and programs run and function. So coming to the senior center, it was a change, but it was a much more exciting change, just because the programs are so diverse and different than any of the other parks facilities, and the community that uses the senior center are those that don't necessarily get out to some of the other facilities. So I've gotten to know a lot of the members and the people that come visit us on a very personal level. And I don't think that I was able to do that at any of the other parks facilities.
What are the director's responsibilities?
So as a director at the senior center, I do a lot of work with marketing our programs and trying to develop new programs. Right now, with the COVID pandemic, I've been working with ways that we can offer programming outside of it being in person. So we've started doing some online trivia, some drive-by events. Other senior center director responsibilities is maintaining the facility. We hadn't had many updates since I moved into the senior center. So since then, we've had the floors redone, the walls repainted, the lobby has had a facelift, so to speak. So it's more inviting, and it's just creating an area for people to want to stay and socialize, and not just rush out the door after their programs are finished.
Mm-hmm. So you are working around the COVID, and you have some alternative programs. One of them you mentioned was the drive-by. That sounds like fun. Can you expound on that just a bit?
Absolutely. And today's the perfect day to talk about it because we had our first one yesterday. We called it the Spooktacular Halloween event, and it was partnered with American House, which is a senior residential living community. And they sponsored by providing goodie bags to people that drive by and hosting a raffle for a $50 Singerman's gift certificate. So our end of it, we provided donuts and cider and hot coffee, and it was just an opportunity to see some of our members without them having to get out of the car, especially yesterday. It was cold and rainy here. And just be able to connect with them even just for a short bit, and just have that sense of, community while still maintaining social distance.
Yes. So did they just pick up their things, visit with you a while, and then drive away, or did they stay? Or
no, we had about 15 different cars come up, and they were spread out for the most part, and they would just drive up. We'd give them their goodies. We chat for 5 minutes. Most of the people that came actually had either Halloween masks or hats, or they came in costume. So I actually posted some of the photos from the drive-by on our Facebook page, so you can see how some people went into the holiday spirit.
Good, I'd like to see those. Now you mentioned that you wanted to start evening activities. What kinds of evening activities were you thinking about?
So we had, right before the pandemic, we started to introduce a women's group. And the women's group was for people of all ages. And it was going to be in the evenings on Tuesdays, and it was going to be just kind of a circle, like a roundtable discussion about a weekly topic, a chance for people to share recipes or talk about some of the other activities in the community that they're taking part of. Another was the Euchrenite. We have a lot of people that call the senior center asking if we have euchre games, and we don't have time in our daily programming just because it's so packed with some of our other things that we offer. And so most of the people that play euchre like to play it in the evening, so we're introducing that. And then there's a group of women that come for I believe it's Scrabble, that wanted to start a Bible study group. So we're going to offer the space for them in the evenings on Wednesdays to come and practice Bible study.
Now you mentioned, the first thing you mentioned, the circle. You said for all ages. Does that include young women?
Young women as well, yep.
That sounds good, because
I think
let's go ahead.
Oh, so we have quite a few seniors that were interested in the women's circle, and then once we put some marketing out for it, we had younger women calling saying that they were really interested, and we thought, why cap it at a specific age when there's so much in the community that different ages can be there to support each other. And so I grew up very close to my grandparents, and so having the age difference, I learned a lot, and I think they learned a lot from me. And so I think that would be an important place for women to be able to learn and take things home from one another that they might not get from their typical friends group.
I think that's an excellent idea. Now, you had mentioned to me before that you were going to look for volunteers. From where were you hoping to draw the volunteers?
Well, it's actually, since the pandemic, we've had dozens of groups reaching out, wanting to help seniors in a volunteer capacity. And from University of Michigan, some of their graduate programs and graduate programs from Eastern Michigan. We have a couple of smaller clubs that are in town that want to write letters to seniors that are staying at home. And so part of these volunteers, I'm actually going to try to incorporate them into our weekly trivias that we are starting, live weekly trivias on the first and third Tuesday of every month. Just to have a different age group, both seniors and some of the younger demographic of the area, so they can, bounce ideas and answers off of each other. I think that's very important, building those intergenerational relationships. So most of the volunteers, I haven't even had to seek out myself. They're people that are just wanting to help and realize that the senior community is, missing out on so much, being that they're at such a high risk for going out in public.
That is absolutely fantastic to hear. It sounds like you are doing a terrific job, and I look forward to future chats to see how it's going. Hopefully, once this COVID is over, we can talk about other things. And could you please tell the address and phone number of where you are located?
Absolutely. So we are at 1320 Baldwin Avenue. That's BALDWIN, Ann Arbor, Michigan, 48104. And our telephone number is 794-6250.
Thank you, Brittany, for talking to us today. And to you, audience, thank you for tuning in to Senior Moments. Please be sure to join us next time. Thank you for joining us on Senior Moments. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Linda Brayman. May all your days be merry and bright. Happy holidays.